Yo, guys, welcome back again today. Today we're at J Sweet Treats, and we're with Joanna. I really appreciate her time, and we're going to get into a conversation with her about what it takes to run a bakery. How you doing, Joanna? You doing good?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. So let me ask you a couple questions. The first question I would like to ask you is how long has you had the establishment or the business, and how long has it been in Polaris?
Okay, so this is our second location. We opened in 2020 on Parsons Avenue, and we started here on July 16, 2021.
And so the location on Parsons Avenue, is that still open, or is that like not open still? Is it just this location, or is
No,
it
it's still open.
Oh, so it's still open?
Yes, it's still open.
Got you. So was that the original first location?
That's correct.
That was the first location? Okay. So let me ask you a couple questions. When it comes to owning a cake shop, or I guess a bakery in general, like what are some of the hardships that you got into when you first started to bake? Because you probably were baking since you were a kid, is that correct?
Well, I started baking pretty young. However, I got more serious about it around 2015, 2016.
Gotcha.
It was a hobby which became a business. The hardships, of course, are finding qualified employees.
Yeah.
I'm self-taught, so we've gone to some of the culinary schools, and unfortunately, some of the talent there isn't, able to just jump in and start immediately. So you start training over and over again every time you hire someone new.
Gotcha.
So I think those would be that, and heck, it costs a lot
I know,
to
so
run a
it's-
business.
Yeah,
So between those two, I would say those would be the hardships.
Gotcha. Well, as far as you were talking about talent, because I've sort of kind of tried to start baking.
Okay.
It hasn't really gone too well.
Okay.
Outside of like cornbread, I can do cornbread good.
Okay.
But you were talking about talent not being like available, or like I guess, or well, maybe not available, but finding the right talent, right?
Finding the right talent.
Got you. So when you're saying finding the right talent, do you mean as far as if you're not here and you can't bake, somebody to actually bake, or as far as the management side of it, or as far as like the book side of it?
All right, so the baking part we have under control. I bake, my daughter bakes, we have an assistant baker as well. The issue is finding qualified cake decorators.
Oh.
Obviously, my brand is important to me, so there's a certain level of excellence that has to go into each cake.
Right.
And we're finding that people are used to just kind of putting something together, making it look nice, but not taking it to the next level.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm glad you're actually teaching me a lot right now, because I didn't even think about the decoration part of it.
Yes.
Because you know what, a lot of people think they're artists,
Yes.
especially like when it comes to cakes. I know some people that make cakes and they try to decorate them, and it doesn't always turn out the best way. Let's just say it like that, So when it comes to decorating cake, how long do you think? Like, is it talent that anybody can acquire and then get good at it, or is it something that like you have to have creativity? Because do the customers actually bring the ideas to you, or are there a majority of customers that say, hey, make me a random cake, I don't care what it is, but like your vision, I guess you would say?
All right, so I think it has to be you have to have some sort of natural talent. I'm self-taught, so there's no training behind our decorating or any of that, but there is a level of creativity that comes along with it. Our customers are about 60 to 70% use your own creative juices and make something for us, and the others provide a picture.
I got you.
We do ask for an inspiration photo, because you can tell me to be creative, and we ran into this early on, be creative and do your own thing. We trust you.
Yeah.
And they come and go, I was expecting something different. So
Right.
my creative and their creative may not match. So we do ask for an inspiration photo, so we at least know which direction to go in.
Let's say, for instance, you make something that is actual, I guess, form, and it's something that you have to create out of the air, or they give you a picture. Is that very hard compared to just decorating a regular cake, or?
For me, it's not hard, but it's because I've been blessed with a natural talent. It's hard, for some people to just envision it. I break everything down into pieces. That's just how my mind works.
Yeah.
So it's a shoe. What's involved with the shoe? You have the sole, you have the tongue, you have the shoelaces. So I break everything down into pieces, and that's how I tackle it.
Gotcha. Okay, well that's really interesting. So let me ask you another question. As far as when it comes to actually making a cake, like you said, 7-layer cakes, is there any type of, I guess, processes that is the hardest when it comes to making like a high, or like a high standing cake at all? Is there like a hard process to that, or is it like just a layer on top of layer on top of layer, or is it like some kind of structural process you have to go through?
So it's not a hard process. It's very structural. and starting on early on, I was blessed with the fact that my husband's an engineer. So I'm like, if I bake it, he can build it. But basically, there's a structure built into every cake to make sure that it doesn't collapse. And so when you see those cakes that are kind of leaning left or right or kind of sagging in the middle, they're not structured properly. And as long as you structure it, you can stack it as high as the ceiling. Yeah.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, that was interesting because I was always under the impression that it was just like cake on top of cake. I didn't think there was anything in between.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's straws, there's dowels, there's
Everything
a whole
in-
system in between.
Okay. And then also I was wondering, because I know you offer like a lot of different things like popcorn and cakes and things of that nature. Do you offer like packages as far as like outside of just cakes? Do you offer packages that go along with cakes, or do you do like wedding events and anything like that?
So we do weddings, we do sweets tables, etc. We don't do very many vending events as far as wedding shows or anything like that. We have been very blessed where we have a lot of customer base that comes here without us going out to solicit them.
Yeah.
So we don't really have time to do the shows. There are some I'm very interested in. They seem like they would be very cool to do, but I haven't had a lot of time to do shows.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I think that now I think I'm going to go in here and check out some of the cakes, guys, and some of the desserts. And I really appreciate your time. Is there anything else that you would like them to know before we leave? Like I said, again, I really do appreciate your time.
If you're talented and you actually know how to decorate cakes, call me because I'm hiring. We pay a competitive wage. We even offer benefits.
Yo, maybe I'll be in here next time. Maybe I can go make some cakes now since the things that I learned. Yo, guys, let's check out the store.